Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to all of you wherever you are around the world. And in this video, I will be speaking how to measure quality in teaching and learning. Um, as we know, measuring quality in teaching and learning is a very complex process that involves multiple factors. And in this video, I just would like to share some key approaches and indicators commonly used to assess the quality of teaching and learning. First of all, from the student's achievement. As you know, to know the student achievement, we need to have standardized tests. What does it mean, standardized tests? Here, the students are assessed their knowledge and also their skills in a specific subject based on predefined standards. And then there will be also classroom assessment. Now, how to have classroom assessment? Here we need to evaluate students' understanding, and also we need to evaluate their progress through quizzes, for example, or maybe through exams, through projects, and also through presentations. And then the next one will be there will be portfolios that need to be fulfilled by the students. Now here we need to review students' work samples, and also we need to review their reflections to assess the growth and development over time. Yeah. And then the next one is we need to assess the performance based. Here what I mean performance based is performance based assessment. Now we need to measure the student's ability to apply the knowledge, right, and also to apply the skills in the real world context, right? And the second one is observations, classroom practices. Now here what do I mean by observations and classroom practices? Classroom observations, we need to observe teachers in action to assess instructional practices, to assess classroom management, and also to assess the student engagement, right? And also here we need to observe the lesson plans and also materials. What do I mean here? By reviewing teachers' lesson plans or review the instructional materials and also resources, it means to we need to evaluate the alignment with learning objectives and instructional strategies, right? And then we also need to observe the differentiations. Now here what I mean is we need to assess whether the teachers effectively differentiate instructions to meet the diverse needs of the students in the classroom. Right? And the third one is students' engagements and motivation. First, how do we measure the students' engagement and motivations? We need to see we need to have a student surveys. We need to collect the feedback from the students about their level of engagement. We also need to collect their interest, and also we need to collect their motivations in the learning process, right? And the next one is classroom observations. Yeah, why classroom observation is really important? It's because by observing the students' participations, by observing their interactions, we also observe the involvement in the classroom activities, and this is one of the important things when we need to observe this and observe and see the student engagement and motivations. And furthermore, we need to have attendance and participation. Yeah. What I mean here is we need to monitor students' attendance, we need to monitor their punctuality, and also we need to monitor active participation in the class, right? Okay. And the four steps we need to do is we need to measure the learning outcomes and the progress. Now, here, what do I mean by measuring learning outcomes and progress? Learning progressions here is really important to be tracked, right? We need to track students' learning growth. We need to track their progress over time. We need to compare their current achievement with the previous achievement, right? And also we need to measure the rubrics and criteria. We need to observe the rubrics and criteria. What do I mean here is using rubrics and assessment criteria to evaluate students' performance against the specific learning outcomes and standards, right? And the next steps we need to do is providing formative assessment. How do we engage formative assessment? By regularly assessing students' understanding and providing feedback to guide their learning progress, right? And the measurable things need to be done at the teacher side is about teacher reflection and professional growth. This also really important. Self-reflection here means to encourage teachers to reflect on their teaching practices. We also need to encourage instructional strategies, and also we need to encourage areas for improvement, right? And the next one is from the teacher side. It's about professional development. Now, what do I mean by professional development? Here we need to assess teachers' engagement in ongoing professional development by giving them opportunities and giving them applications of a new knowledge and also skills in the classroom, of course, right? And the next one is we also need to have peer collaboration and feedback. Now, here we need to encourage the teachers to collaborate with another teachers to observe each other's classrooms. We need to provide feedback to promote the continuous improvement, right? That is from the teachers' indicators. Now, from the school indicators, also we need to understand how to measure the good quality in teaching and learning from the school indicators. School climate and culture is really important, need to be one of the considerations. Here we need to assess the overall climate of the school, including the factors such as safety, for example, about the respect and about the inclusivity, right? And also about leadership effectiveness. Here we need to evaluate the effectiveness of school leadership in supporting teaching and learning. We need to evaluate school leadership in providing resources, or maybe we need to evaluate the school leadership about and effectiveness about promoting positive school environment, right? And also from the school indicators, we need to see and evaluate or assess the parent and community involvement, right? Here we need to measure the level of engagement and support from parents, for example. They really support the school and the students, and also the community in the teaching and learning process, right? So I think those are the things, indicators that need to be considered about how to measure the quality of teaching and learning at school. And I do believe this information is really important to note, that assessing quality in teaching and learning should take a comprehensive approach, right? And the next one is need to have consider multiple indicators rather than relying solely on one measure, right? And additionally, of course, balance and also fair assessments consider contextual factors and recognize the individual strengths and also challenge within a particular educational setting, right? And this is an opinion, everyone, and I hope this opinion is useful and give you valuable information. And if you think this information is useful for you, don't forget to share and to subscribe this video. Thanks for watching, and bye.